Now on Talking Solutions, we've got Doug Coombs, CEO for Las Vegas's branch of Habitat for Humanity.
That's right, here in Southern Nevada. Thank you for having me today.
We're glad to have you here. I love to shine a light on really positive things.
Yeah, one of the challenges for us is we've been here since 1991, but even though people recognize the name, they don't know we're here. I've been with the organization now for about a year, and part of my job is obviously heighten brand awareness, some of the great things that we're doing in the community, particularly now that housing is becoming even less affordable.
That was just on the news. Everybody who's listening, when they first heard of Habitat for Humanity, most likely it was a news story where former President Jimmy Carter was out building houses. And even though he's in his 90s, I don't doubt that he's still got some kind of involvement to this day with Habitat for Humanity.
Well, that's absolutely correct. It's my understanding about a year ago, he helped build a project up in Canada. I've actually met him a number of times. He's a wonderful person and just a real positive spokesperson for our mission.
Now, Doug, you were saying that Habitat for Humanity has existed locally in Las Vegas since the early 90s?
That's right, since the early 90s. We have our primary mission is to build safe, affordable, and decent homes for families who are at or below 80% of the average median income. Today, that's more relevant than ever.
You mentioned the cost of housing, affordable housing. This conversation happens a lot here on Talking Solutions. Groups like Family Promise, who talk about families who don't have a stable home because they can't find an affordable place to live. It really is an issue here. Rent skyrocketing, our population growing, part of it, growth related to the building of the new Raiders Stadium and all the new stuff that's coming into town. Las Vegas is obviously in a growth mode again.
It is absolutely in a growth mode. I mean, when I look at the statistics, we know that the average rent in Las Vegas now is exceeding $1,200 a month for 1 or 2 bedroom units. You know, we know that the average cost of a home is pushing up to $300,000 a month, while the average median income is $65,000. And with that, there's some real challenges. And you mentioned the need for affordable housing. You know, one of the things that we see is the benefit of when you get into a Habitat home. People don't realize what that stability does for a home. We see health issues go away. We see an increase in school performance. We see a generational approach to family. I just ran into a family the other day that was in our office, and she said to me, you know, I raised my family in a Habitat home, and now I'm raising my grandkids.
Wow, this huge effect on the families who are blessed with a Habitat for Humanity home. I've always heard, too, Doug, that the families that get into a Habitat home, they don't just sit back and wait for the work to be completed. They're part of the process.
That's a great point. One of the things that I've learned since I've been with Habitat is there's a little bit of a misnomer out there that we actually give homes away, and that is contrary to the truth. You have to earn a Habitat home. It's a rigorous application process. You have to have certain qualifiers. But in addition, we teach financial literacy. You have to work in our stores. You have to work on a project to help build a home. So there's actually 300 hours of investment, personal hours that you have to commit to graduate from our program before you even qualify for a home. And one of the things that we do that's so important as well is we look at family holistically, and family preservation is so important to get, in some instances, what are the root causes of some of the generational issues they've been facing, and how can we come alongside them to help them get into stable housing, but also after they get into one of our homes.
You mentioned, Doug, that the Las Vegas branch of Habitat for Humanity has been here since the early 90s, but the actual organization, a lot longer than that?
A lot longer. It started in the 80s. Again, my frame of reference is President Carter because he first got involved with Habitat for Humanity in the late 80s. It's probably been longer, but the international office has been in existence in Atlanta, Georgia. And they do great work. Another thing for Habitat for Humanity is that I'm always focused on what we're doing here locally. But internationally, any crisis that has occurred, whether it was in Texas or Puerto Rico and some others, where Habitat is on the ground there helping families.
In a lot of ways. You mentioned international. So Habitat for Humanity actually expands beyond the U.S. border.
Absolutely. Yes, we're all over the world. Wherever there's a need, we're building homes.
And how did you personally get involved?
That's a long story, but I'll condense it for you. I'm a retired federal law enforcement officer, so I retired as the special agent charged with the Secret Service, and my path has been very interesting since I've retired. Let's just say that once you're a public servant, you're always a public servant. It's a calling, and that doesn't go away when you retire. retire. So I would say whether you're in local law enforcement or you're fireman, firewoman, medical field, when you retire, that doesn't go away. And that certainly was my calling as well. I got into the nonprofit world about 9 years ago with another organization. Someone called me and I had certain experiences and business acumen that was important to that particular agency at that time, and spent 7 years there. And then, as is often the case, it's all about networking. I was at an affair one night about 1.5 years ago and ran into a couple of board members that I knew from Habitat, and they were conducting an executive search, asked me if I would apply, and here I am.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Doug Coombs, CEO for Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity, mentioning you were on Secret Service.
That's how I know President Carter.
That's a high bar. If you even made that level for your career with federal law enforcement, your standards are already unbelievably high. So to bring those to Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity, wow, they're doing well.
Thank you.
There are so many people here in Southern Nevada saying we can barely afford rent, much less get a home. How do the people who get involved with Habitat for Humanity here in Las Vegas get matched up with you?
That's a great question. We can't build homes without a lot of community support from partners, sponsors, volunteers, our restores that provide revenue for us to keep our overhead low. It really is a true community effort. When we say volunteers for us, it means helping in our stores, helping us administratively. It means coming out to the job site and helping. And to keep those labor costs down, it's crucial for us to be able to complete a project. We just started a brand new project. It's the biggest project that we've ever undertaken since we've been in Southern Nevada. And we're in the process of building 20 homes. The homes, though, are going to be built in phases. And it really is indicative upon the support financially of the community. We were blessed by a number of amazing sponsors this past year: Wells Fargo, Charles Schwab, Bank of America, the Engelstadt Foundation, to help us fund and get 2 homes started and to hopefully finish within the next 90 days. The recruitment process for those homes started well over a year ago because, as I mentioned, you have to earn the ability to get into one of our homes.
Right. It's not just a free deal.
It's not. And so that process doesn't start a month before the home is completed. That process starts a year before the home even starts. So what I suggest to people is just keep watching our website, because as funding goes, so does our building capacity. That's probably where I spend most of my time right now, is trying to find support to continue the project. So the phase 1 consists of 6 homes. So I'm in the middle of finding funding for home 3, 4, 5, and 6, but we already have a pool of people we'll pull from for all 6 of the homes. So the best way to stay in tune with us is really follow us on Facebook. Watch our website. When we're ready to open up the process again, we will post it on our website, and please fill out the applications. And if you have any questions, you can call our office.
Doug Coombs is CEO for Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity. We're talking about following websites, social media sites. We always put the links and all the information on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with a podcast of our discussion today. The slogan on the website is building homes, building lives, building futures. That kind of says it all.
I would say that it does. We see it at work every time I meet a family that's been with us for a while, and I think that defines them right there.
Well, we love here on Talking Solutions to shine a light on positive things that happen here in Southern Nevada. Definitely. Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity, one of those positive lights in our community. You were talking about Restore.
Yes.
I've heard of those before, and you actually have more than one location here in town, don't you?
I love the stores, and I have to be honest with you, even though I was familiar with Habitat personally, I did not know they had stores. When I first came to the organization, it was an eye-opener for me how phenomenal they are. We have 3 Restore locations in Southern Nevada, one at the Boulevard Mall, one at Pecos and Flamingo, and our marquee store is at Decatur and Sahara, which is the old Tower Record store.
That used to be the WOW store.
Yeah, I knew you would know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we are. And it's fantastic because we sell in our stores gently used items and items that are donated to us that are brand new. So we actually have surplus items. We have tremendous relationships. It's like when the World Market comes into town, the CES show, or hardware shows. So you never know what's going to be in our store. And one of the products I love to talk about is Moen, for an example. If you're familiar with faucets,
sure.
Moen has this amazing warranty that's forever. And I actually had to use that recently on another product I had at home. I called them up up and I said, I'm having a problem with this faucet. I needed a new cartridge that I couldn't get at the local hardware store. They said, no problem. They just send it out to you. We sell shower heads and sinks and faucets sometimes. You never know what's in our stores, and it's really phenomenal. And throughout the week, we recognize certain groups in the community that we want to help. For instance, on Mondays and Fridays, we have Frequent Shopper Day when we take 15% off. Tuesdays is Casino Player Card Day. Wednesdays, we have Senior Day. And on Thursdays, we have Thankful Thursdays, in which we take 15% off. I would just invite any of your listeners, if you haven't been in a ReStore, come on down and take a look. We'll have gently used items, like I said. We'll have some construction equipment. We'll have doors, furniture. We'll have cabinets. We just got these brand new cabinets from Home Depot show that was here. They go pretty quick, but you never know. And we just have amazing prices. And the proceeds go to keep our overhead low and help us build homes.
Wow. What are your hours?
Hours are 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. We have sales all the time, and the best thing to do is to follow us on Facebook.
You have sales all the time.
We do.
The best way to keep up on it would be by following Habitat for Humanity Las Vegas on
Facebook.
Either your website, Facebook.
Yeah, we post pictures of our products, and we have a following. They're waiting at the door when they know that these shows are occurring. It's great.
This is the time of the year, too, when people are most active in their home improvement, home restoration projects. We all want to get out. It's springtime. We want to put the stuff in the garden. We want to do stuff on the deck. We want to change things in the house. Always people have to do things like you mentioned earlier, Doug, which is fixing the faucet.
Yeah.
I know I've been through that in the kitchen a couple of times.
Yeah, we all have.
But it's worth considering because I would imagine that the price differential between buying it new in a retail store, I'd rather get a bargain. So maybe the next time we think of doing that kind of project around our house, check with Habitat for Humanity and the ReStore location first.
Sure, I would say do that. If you're looking for a specific item, you can call our store and ask. And we have a lot of customers that they'll say, when you get this particular thing in, can you call me and send me a picture? And we'll be glad to do that. Our prices, like a Moen shower head, for example, will retail in a store for $39. In our store, it's $10. Plus, then if you hit a sale, 15% off, it's even less. The other advantage of contacting Habitat is we're one of the few nonprofits in town that actually will come out to your home to pick up donations. Anything other than clothing, we'll do appliances and we'll do furniture. I say if you would give it to your mother to put it in her home for her to use, then we will be glad to take that. We actually get about 40 calls a day for pickups, and we have 2 trucks that are out making probably 16 stops a day. And if you want us to come out, if you just ask that you be patient, because we have a 2 to 3 week waiting period to come out and pick up. But a lot of wonderful furniture that we get also goes into our stores.
I've had something waiting in my garage for a very long time. It's Corian countertops from my kitchen because I replaced it with Silestone.
Right.
And so I had these countertops that are a couple or 3 years old, but I upgraded to a different type. That just ended up out in the garage waiting for a place to go.
Right.
And so I have a feeling it will be destined for a ReStore location so someone else can put it to use. Or I didn't know if you ever took anything like that and actually put it into a Habitat for Humanity home.
You never know. But we definitely could put it in the ReStore. We just, for instance, had a show conclude in Las Vegas called Surfaces, and it's a flooring show. So right now, if any of your listeners are in need of flooring, tile, wood flooring, and really high quality merchandise.
And you can't get it for this price anywhere else.
No, and it goes fast.
That kind of deal? I bet it does. We are talking with Doug Coombs. He is the CEO for Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity. One of the things that we always do here on Talking Solutions is ask, what can we do to help you?
I love that question. I really do. And if your listeners are seeking a way to help in the community, whether your background is in construction, administration, you want to learn how to build a home, you just want to become a little handier around the house, we have a spot for you. If your passion is to help us actually build, we have sponsorship days available. We're Tuesday through Friday. We ask for a team build. And if you have a group, it's a great team building experience where we can accommodate 10 to 15 people out on the job site. We ask for a donation of $2,500 on Tuesday through Friday. And on Saturdays, we ask for a donation of $5,000 for the same experience. If you want to help in any way, you can go to our website and hit the donate button. The majority of the proceeds go to building our homes. And again, we're actively trying to obtain sponsorships for home number 3 and 4. The 2 homes we're building are actually our 110th and 111th home that we have built in the community.
You've done that much. I see it on TV every now and then where a family is so grateful for their Habitat for Humanity home when the keys are being handed over and the TV crews are there. And it's also important to emphasize that they just didn't show up to get the keys.
No.
They were involved in the process throughout.
That's right. And again, with our team, with our staff, we become friends. And we have a little tradition when we cut that ribbon. All of that support structure is standing around when they cut that ribbon, and we yell, "Welcome home."
That's sweet. Do you have people who have been recipients of a Habitat for Humanity home? Do they come back and volunteer to help build another?
Absolutely. We have one family in particular, been in a Habitat home for 6 years, and they became very successful. Kids were doing great in school. One of her kids got into a major university. She actually teaches a financial literacy class to the new homeowners. She still comes out to the store and helps, or helps at the job site with some of her friends. We see that frequently.
And it becomes more of a family experience, part of the Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity family.
Absolutely.
So volunteers are welcome, donations are welcome, monetary support is welcome. I like your team building exercises.
Right.
And when I heard you mention that one of your corporate sponsors who have come alongside, Wells Fargo, they're always out volunteering. You see them in their little team shirts. They all match.
Yeah.
And I've seen them helping in many different charitable events.
Oh, it would take me 10 minutes to list all the volunteer groups that come out and help us, and again, our other generous sponsors that help us. Again, it's a community effort to build a home.
And it ends up building a stronger community.
I believe it does.
Which is what we're all about, shining a light on these positive things happening here in Southern Nevada. Doug Coombs is CEO for Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity. Doug, am I forgetting anything?
No, I think you did a great job of hitting all the things I'd like to get out. Again, I just want to direct your listeners to our Facebook page, to our website. Come out and visit us at our stores. And if you have any questions, ask our staff. You can call me. You can call our Director of Homeowner Services, Angela Phillips. You can call her direct if you have any questions. If you have a donation, we have a button for you to email us. It's the best way we can manage all the emails that we get. You can email or call and speak to Blair. He'll be glad to schedule a pickup. And again, just thank you for this opportunity to be here today.
Well, you're smiling a lot. I think you like working with Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity.
I do.
You like putting people into those homes that they could not even dream of having before they met up with you.
I do. Thank you.
Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity. What is the website?
The website is lasvegashabitat.org. That's Las Vegas, one word, habitat.org.
And as far as finding you on Facebook?
Facebook.com/Habitat Las Vegas.
Of course, like always, all the links and information will be on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today.
Thank you.
Sure appreciate you coming in to join us to let people know everything that is available with Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity, especially the Restore locations. Boulevard Mall, Flamingo and Pecos.
You got it.
Sahara and Decatur.
You got it.
I know them by heart now.
The old Tower Record Store.
I love it.
That's
and
us.
Deals galore. So next home project, that's something to consider for donations. Info on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. And Doug Coombs, CEO for Las Vegas Habitat for Humanity. Thank you so much for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
And thank you for having me.